Coming to you from the Market Street Grill in Westchester, Pennsylvania, this is At the Table, and I am your host, Christian Greco. Tonight, we have someone who does not wait for conversations to come to him. He walks straight into them. From college campuses to tailgates to late night party scenes, he's built a platform around being real and having unfiltered questions. He's the host of the Motive podcast, and he's part of a new generation that's not afraid to put a mic in front of people's faces and see what happens. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you my friend Leo Kozsuch.
Yeah.
Leo, my man.
Sir, I'm hyped to be here.
Thank you so much for joining me. It's an honor. Super fired up about it.
It's my honor.
But first off, share a little bit about yourself or anyone who might not know you.
What's up, guys? Like Christian said, I'm Leo Kozsuch. I'm the founder and host of the Motive podcast, Westchester-based, born and raised here. And like I said, I met Christian, I think I met you on the street, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
yeah.
I met Christian doing street interviews, I think the first night I ever did street interviews. And I was in high school ripping street interviews. I think it was the first night we ever went out, and you were with a couple buddies who recognized me kind of. We didn't know each other directly, but I was doing street interviews. I think we were doing trivia because we did trivia for $5, and you were with a group of people, and your whole squad was the only one to win the $5.
Let's go.
So, but yeah, do the Motive podcast, interview-based podcast. We have guests on from all over the area, business owners, athletes, musicians, and I've been doing it. I started it in November of 2022 as a junior in high school. And never looked back. Just stay consistent, episode every week. And just recently, now I'm in college, we've kind of transitioned more into the street interview stuff, as you've seen. But
yeah, they're awesome.
That's the elevator pitch right there.
Very cool. How did you first get into podcasting?
I feel like podcasting was always something I listened to, right? Like, name your favorite podcaster, Joe Rogan, Theo Vaughn, whoever it may be. Podcasting's been the hot thing for, 5 years now, whatever it may be. And obviously Rogan's been consistent #1 forever. And I'm a musician as well. And I feel like I was at a low point in my life, just wasn't super passionate about one certain thing. I was a sophomore in high school at this time. And I went through my freshman year, was coming off of that COVID era. And I was like, I need something to really dive into. And I was like, the freshman year of high school, I was like, we're going to get back into the groove after COVID. It's going to pick right back up. I'm going to be right where we left off before COVID. And a year went by, and that didn't happen. And I was like, damn, what am I doing? Where do I go? So it was a wake-up call for sure. And I was like, listen, music was my first love, still is my first love. And I was like, let's go all in on this music thing. Let's see what's up with that. Got the gear, built a little home studio. So I had a lot of music stuff, was working on music, but then one night I was up late, had my buddy Kyle from high school who I knew, and I was just sitting in my room right before bed, late night. I remember the exact time, it was 12:50 a.m., and I was doing some sit-ups before bed, and I was listening to a Joe Rogan episode, and I was like, dude, no one else has a podcast my age around here in the Westchester area, in the Philly area, and how hard can it be? I have the music stuff, I have the recording stuff, I have the microphones. Dude, let's start a podcast. So I texted my buddy Kyle, who we had some good convos over the lunch table and whatever at the time in school. We'd sit in this practice room, and I played piano, and we just kind of bonded there, because it's through music, we'd get into good conversations, whatever it may be. So I kind of just went all in, texted Kyle. He's like, yeah, dude, I'm down. Ordered some gear on Amazon, the remaining stuff I need. I think it was $600. We split it evenly. I ordered same day delivery, got it, or 1 day delivery, got it the next day. And then we're like, listen, let's just set a baseline of, this is going to be interview based, just like Joe Rogan. He has everyone under the sun on why should I go for one niche, especially at my age? The more people from different backgrounds I can talk to, the better. So we're just let's have someone on every single week, every Wednesday, and just stay consistent to that, and we'll see what happens. So, piano is what I currently play. Playing at Station 142, March 21st. Shameless plug, but got to be there.
I will be there.
You got to be there. So I play with a guy named Chris Rafter. Great musician in the area, has a couple songs out, and then obviously I also just play on myself, you know. I'll hit open mics by myself, I'll play with another kid my age, just here and there, but piano's been the main instrument my whole life. Got that taste from my grandma, grew up, she taught me how to play around there, took lessons, but my whole family on my mom's side is musical, so like every Halloween, or every Thanksgiving, every Christmas, we're out there sitting around the piano, so it's like,
that's
how
cool.
I grew up, dude, it's awesome.
That's still a huge passion of yours?
100%. There's nothing that brings people together like music, in my opinion. So it's awesome.
That's cool, man. The image of you doing that at the holidays that's dope, bro.
Yeah,
that's a really
awesome.
cool thing.
I love it.
Your podcast is great, man. I mean, you've had some really, really cool guests on. You're doing it right. What do you attribute the success you've had to?
Well, first of all, I appreciate that. You've been on it. Great episode. But I would say consistency, man.
Yeah.
I think it's so easy for, especially someone my age, like younger, to like go in on something, be passionate about it for 6 months, and then just kind of put it on the back burner and it fades away. But with the Modem, I'm just like, every single Wednesday, post an episode. Find someone to get on this podcast. And it's stressful at times. Like, I'm reaching out to people on, like, say, a Sunday night, trying to get an episode out Wednesday. And I'm like, is there any way you can come tomorrow? Is there any way you can fit this in tomorrow? Oh, they can't. Reach out to 3 other people. See if we can get them in tomorrow.
Yeah.
So it was like, I don't want to miss a Wednesday.
Right.
And I think the first year, like, we took off like Easter. Like maybe we posted 50 out of 52 weeks in the year, my first year. So same thing with like the second year. And like I said, we haven't been doing podcasts as consistently recently because of the street content, because we've been posting every single day now with the street content. So the consistency continues. It's just what form you want to do that in. But 100% for the startup, the consistency, because you build momentum, 100%. You can just keep that train rolling down the tracks, and that's what we've done. So I absolutely love it.
Well, a question I was going to ask, and I think you just alluded to it a little bit. Somebody who's trying to get into that space, they're very interested, they want to start a podcast, they don't know where to begin, how to get started. What's some advice you would give for them?
Just be yourself and be consistent, like I said. I think the more you can just relate to an audience, but also just be yourself. Don't try to relate to someone. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, like, people appreciate the authenticity.
Yeah.
I feel like now, in this climate more than ever, so much robotic stuff.
100%.
That people are like starving for authenticity.
100%. Yeah, and don't be afraid. 100%. Like do what you want to do, and people will see that. People can see through a filter if you're not being yourself.
Right.
So I think if you're being you, you're putting yourself out there. If you're doing what you're passionate about, like I have people on where it's like, oh, I was always into cars. I was always into aviation as a kid. Let's have like a guy who's really big into cars, and I'll geek out with him on the pod.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I have people that I genuinely find interesting on the podcast, and that's all there is to it. I'm not gonna have someone I don't find interesting on the podcast just because they have 1 million followers. But yeah.
So you would say authenticity and consistency.
Yeah, 100%.
2 big things.
And I think overall, discipline, of course. Like consistency and discipline go hand in hand, because it's like you gotta put out an episode every week, and if you want to stay true to that, you have to have discipline, 100%. Okay. So I feel like the discipline can drive that consistency.
Well, how do you maintain discipline like that? Because it's easy. You know, I've gone through stretches with things where you fizzle out after 6 months.
Right.
How do you maintain the drive to do that when maybe the passion isn't there like it once was?
I feel like just picturing your end goals. Again, like you're gonna have rough days. You're gonna have great days, but ride the highs as high and long as you can, and then the lows are a great learning point. Like I feel like in the first year, we were talking about off camera, like little bitter and chatter about you, or like little hate here and there. And it's like, you can choose to take that and just let that get in your head and let that spark kind of like fade out if you listen to that enough. But if you take that and you really like can picture your end goal, I feel like that only drives your discipline and like whatever you're focused on 10 times more. So in the first year, it's like, dude, as a high school student, it's like how many people did I hear talking about, like, yo, look at Leo start a podcast.
Right. Yeah.
It's like there was so much of that. And it was like, I was so blindsided to it because I was like, dude, like, this is what I'm doing, nothing else. And it didn't even faze me, it was so unique at the time. Like, I was like, wow, like, I don't care. For the first time ever, it's like, I'm so set on doing this that it doesn't matter. Like, it does not matter. And, you know, just let it push you more, 100%.
That's fire, man.
Yeah.
Good, bro.
Without a doubt.
That happens. It's the crabs in a barrel thing. You know, when you try and do cool stuff, there's going to be some pushback, but that's really cool, man.
You'll never meet a hater doing better than you. Just a quote. Just a quote.
That's a good
It's
quote.
true.
So on your podcast, you said it, I mean, you have people from all walks of life. That's what I'm trying to do too. All different types of people, not so niche, just driven, cool people who are doing awesome stuff. What's maybe 1, 2 of the most impactful interviews that you've had? You know, what's something that you learned? Because when you're interviewing all these different people, you're not an expert in all these things that they are. You have to have learned a lot from these people. What are maybe 1 or 2 couple things that stick out to you?
Definitely. Yeah, you're totally right about that. I think one that stands out a lot is a guy by the name of Joshua Holy. Your boy Jason Brown, I know, knows him through I think there's a run club and a thing called Project Endure that they do in Philly. But anyway, we had Joshua Holy on because I found him through Instagram, workout guy, discipline guy, motivational speaker. And I was like, wow, this is really cool. He's talking about some good stuff. He's in the Philly area. I love this. So you dive into his story more. Grew up, I think, in Bethlehem, and just rough life growing up. Got into the gang scene, drugs very quickly, and that's all he knew at a young age. So that just continued to snowball for him from a young age, and was just in the game pretty much, and had nothing left to lose, just in a lot of bad environments. In 2008, I believe, he got convicted of attempted murder because he shot someone. And he shot someone, it was over a dispute, and then he was on the run for a year. Didn't get caught for a year. Talked about how tensed up he was, hiding, what that did to him mentally. All these amazing things where it's like, wow, dude. And I'm like talking to this guy face to face now, and I'm in high school. Like, there's so much to learn from this. So anyway, got caught, went to prison for 6 or 7, 8 years, whatever, and got out. And, you know, long story short, totally reshaped his life, got back on track, got into motivational speaking eventually. Used to be horrified of public speaking, but currently works for a warehouse company of some sort, but very high up, built himself up in the last 10 years there, doing phenomenal. His social media is doing great, and he's a motivational speaker now. And I actually used him in my college essay. When I was applying to schools, I wrote my college essay kind of centered around him in the podcast, just what that meant to me. Because it's so cool to talk to someone with like just so much life experience. Like, you need to be knocked down. And that story of like being totally knocked out, and guy went to prison, the guy shot someone, he was in the gang, and now he's literally could not be doing better, running every day. Like, I think he signed up to run like a 50, 100-mile race, like total beast. So that's one that definitely stands out.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, and then if I had to pick one more, a guy by the name of Austin Huffman, young entrepreneur in the area. He founded a company named Valvetronic Designs. Just total entrepreneurial killer. Like, just set his mind on something in college. He started this company called Valvetronic, like I mentioned, that does high-end car exhausts. He found his niche, was really into cars, is from Boston, and he dove in this company in college, and in like 6 years, it's a multi-million-dollar company. I ran their podcast a couple years ago for them, but just to see what he's built, 30 employees now. Guy just bought like $1.5 million car. I mean, he's 27 and just killing it. So he really got me fired up, like super eccentric. And like after that episode, I walked away like, damn, like
$1.5 million car.
$1.5 million car, 27. Like, come on, if that doesn't hype you up, like that pushes me.
I had to register because at first I thought you said $1.5 million house. $1.5 million car. That's he's doing it. A young man, he's doing it.
Insane.
That is awesome. Yeah, so you've had some really, really awesome people on your show, been doing it. What made you want to pivot to the street interviews?
Street interviews. So there's so much that's come out of the street interviews the past few months.
Yeah.
I started it, like I said, the first time I ever did it, I was maybe a year and a half. It was probably the summer of my second year doing the podcast, whatever that was. Summer of 2024, I guess. And I was out there, it was me, Kyle, and another kid filming, and we were just like, dude, let's go into Westchester, meet people, why not? We'll get our name out there. Like, there's nothing better to get your name out there than meeting people in person, without a doubt. So I was like, let's just get out there, rip it. We got out there, it was fun. Super intimidating. Like, the podcasts were intimidating in the start, but then you get used to it. But the street interviews, still to this day, it's like, you never know who you're gonna go up to. You never know what's gonna happen. And listen, at the end of the day, these people are trying to get to point A to point B, and you're interrupting their day. That's as simple as it gets. And it's hard to find that confidence to go up to some people, but you gotta get over it, you gotta push through. And I'd say after our first 1 or 2 times doing it just around like Market Street, Gay Street here in Westchester, and we went out like fairly early, like 7 to 9 p.m. So you're hitting like the earlier audience.
They're not banged up yet.
Yeah, exactly. So it was good. And we got like more views on those videos than most of our pod clips, whatever it may be. I was like, listen, I love doing this. But we didn't do it consistently. So we did that last summer, and then we went a whole other year, and then we did it this past summer again, probably. And we did it, once every while then.
All right, guys, Christian Benny.
Yes.
Appreciate that.
Yes.
Parfait.
Yo, that's the best looking parfait I've ever seen.
Enjoy.
Thank you so much.
Here we are.
So not only are you doing the street interviews, but you also added campus visits. You're now going to different colleges. You're not only at Westchester, you're going to different college campuses across the country a little bit.
Without a doubt. I guess, should I finish up where we're at quickly before
Sure.
then? So, doing street interviews this past summer, and then, like you mentioned, this past fall, getting into the college stuff, because now I'm a freshman in college. I went to Westchester, or I go to Westchester currently, but I am from here, of course. And I'm like, bro, like, we're gonna pop out Westchester University. Maybe some people know the motive name, maybe some won't, but like, let's get ourselves integrated. But seeing all these people from outside of town that go to the college, obviously they don't have any clue who the motive is.
Yeah, right.
So I'm like, whoa, like, I got an audience to catch here. I got an audience to catch here. This is a whole new game. Like, they're not from Westchester. They don't know the motive. They have no clue. I gotta get on this. So the first week of school, I was super motivated to like really get out there. I'm like, bro, we gotta take this full audience by storm right now. So so my buddy Kyle, who I started the podcast with, he went to Pitt. Still talk to him very often, but he's at Pitt. Obviously hasn't been doing the motive as much recently because he's at Pitt doing school, and I've been more into it than he has, just between the production, whatever else that may be. But anyway, he's at Pitt right now. So got my good buddy Cole Cuccinata, shout out. He's been filming for me, absolute beast. Like, super dedicated. He's taken off work to come film with the motive. He's doing this. He's going up to people for me. Total killer. So he's been a massive part of the street interview team. Wouldn't be able to do it without him. And anyway, me and him got together, and we're like, I expressed my thoughts on the college interviews. I'm like, we got to get out here right now, and we're going to do this consistently, just like we do the podcast. Like, let's go film Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So started doing that, and after a month, it's fairly easy when you're going up to 10 to 20 different people every single video, especially in the college audience, for people to see themselves, for people to share it to other people, for people to comment like, hey, at whatever, this answer's funny. If people see their friends, people see their classmates in here. So I'm like, dude, I have fun doing this. We can go bang out a video in an hour on campus. It's fun. I get to meet people as a freshman in college, which is super important. And people seem to be liking it, and it's getting way more views than any of these pod clips.
Yeah.
And I'm like, listen, man, I'm gonna do what the audience wants at the end of the day. So the street interview stuff has been super beneficial. We've been pushing the envelope more and more. It's like, we started with just doing songs and trivia, and now it's like we're asking some more unhinged questions later in the night. Some more unhinged questions.
Yes.
Like I told you when we started doing interviews, we were maybe filming 7 to 9. Where now it's like we're not clocking in till like 11:30.
Oh, okay.
We're filming like 11:30 to 2 now.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So we're getting the late night audience because the answers are slightly better.
Absolutely.
So with that comes a lot of people hitting you up the next morning that don't want to be in the video, but it's part of the game.
Right.
So
But they said, like, wait a second. Maybe I don't want that out there.
Yeah. So the interviews have been absolutely killer on campus, and then like you said, traveling to other colleges. So in November, we're like, hey, we're doing this at Westchester. Let's go do it somewhere else. So Penn State whiteout. Of course, we're in Philly. I know a lot of people at Penn State. It was easy to go up there, stay with people. Penn State whiteout. So went up there, cooked it there, had a video do very well at Penn State, and then we're like, how about the month of November, we'll travel to a college every single weekend. So went to Alabama, great trip, drove down there on a Thursday, stayed in Knoxville, Tennessee, got down to Bama Friday, filmed all Friday night, slept in the car, because we were like, oh, we're gonna try to find someone to stay with. This is the delusion of the Motive Podcast, guys. We're like, oh, we'll find someone to stay with. We talked it up. We thought we were going to get someone to let us stay with them. Ended up not working out. It was kind of a funny ordeal, but we won't get into it. So ended up sleeping in the car, woke up all day, filmed all day Saturday, and then drove 13 hours from Alabama to Philly Saturday night after filming all day to get back here. So another grind of a trip.
Yeah.
And then next week we went to Pittsburgh. Good. Pitt is in Alabama, but great time. Took a week off for Thanksgiving, and then we went to Michigan, which was another great school. You know, out there, 8-hour drive. So totally worth it. Again, just getting yourself out there and adventuring.
Yeah.
And we're in a couple weeks we're going to Miami for spring break to film.
Oh,
so that'll be
snap.
fun. But yeah, dude, the travel's been sick.
Which one of those was your favorite?
I mean, Penn State was cool because it's like you can. There's so many mutual friends at Penn State
Right.
being from Philly, but Alabama was just the culture down there and at a SEC school like that, like the frat culture specifically.
Yeah.
And I'm not in a frat, but the frat culture at like a SEC school, you hear about it. And being down there, it's like, it's a business. Like they have entertainment companies coming in to set up DJ stages and boards for their party on a Friday night. And then they have food catering companies that compete to cater the house each year to set them up with the best food. They have gaming companies come in and set up pool tables at these houses. It's like, I was like, dude, this is nuts.
So did you spend a night with these people?
So again, just totally freeballing it, just going up to people, being confident. We went up to a frat. We're like, hey, we drove from Philly. We're looking to film a frat.
No way.
Went to their front door as they were setting up this party, and we're like, hey, is there any way like we could film a house tour? Is there any way, we could just do whatever? They're like, yeah, guys, come on in. Had three guys do a house tour of their, it's like a mansion. Three guys gave us a house tour. It was great. And then I texted them. I was like, yeah, you need anyone to cook you up a little edit for your party you're having tonight?
Hey.
They're like, all right, we'll let you know. So we left, walked around town, did some interviews. They're like, yeah, you guys can come in. So found ourselves 13 hours from home with some random people from Alabama, just with the camera in our hands. So yeah, it was fun.
Cooking up a little edit.
A little edit.
That's awesome, man.
100%.
How do you balance all of this? You're a student as well.
It's not easy, but if you love it, I don't even think about it every day. It's like, get up fairly early, without a doubt.
Yeah.
With that being said, I was having a conversation with someone the other day where it's like, dude, we're clocking in till 2 a.m. So it's not practical for me to be up at 6 a.m. every morning. But if I can be up at 7 or 8, if I'm out till 2 a.m., that's perfect. But yeah, getting my classes out of the way. I work ahead on all my schoolwork. Like I've always been a very disciplined student. I just the work doesn't faze me for schoolwork because stuff like this is 10 times harder for me. Like find something you're passionate about, do something hard. So the motive in whatever I may be doing is I'm trying to be Joe Rogan. That's 10 times harder than submitting an assignment for school. So I'm just like clock into school, get that done. I have class Monday, Wednesday, and 1 on Friday in the mornings. Get it out of the way, and then from 1 to 9 or 10 p.m. is mostly the motive, working out every day. I'm a big runner. That's huge for mental health for me. Clarity, like nothing grounds me more than going out for a run. So always get the run in the schedule every single day. And then music is another thing, of course. Like I'll try to practice piano if I have to learn a song, spend an hour or two on piano. And then, yeah, obviously it depends. If we're filming a podcast, that takes up like 6 to 9 at night. And then I'll usually, what I've been doing recently is editing it that night. So I'll go home, edit the pod from 10 to midnight, 10 to 12:30, cook it up, and just get it out of the way. So just, if you prioritize your work and your priorities, it doesn't creep up on you. You can stay on top of it. So
Yeah, you're clearly an expert time manager.
something like that.
I'm trying to be better about that, so maybe I can take some notes from you. That's awesome, man. How do you see the motive as a whole, street interviews, the podcast, how do you see everything evolving over the next few years?
I think one of the big things that is going to be crucial in the next year is sponsorships and monetizing it. I think we've doubled our following, more than doubled our following in the last fall semester of school since I started doing the street interviews, which again, the proof is in the pudding right there. Like we had street interviews, stay consistent, doubled our following. So I just want to keep pushing. 10,000 followers is a huge benchmark I want to get to. Still not, it's not like that's super close, but the way we've been growing, we're going to get there way faster than we were projected to 6 months ago with the street content.
Absolutely.
So 10,000 followers is a big threshold for us that I want to get to, and then continuing the brand, man. Like we got our merch coming out. We're doing some collabs with like the sororities to promote a sorority design. We're doing some collabs with some other people. I just want to continue to brand the motive. If the motive can be on a drink, if the motive can be on a dish, if the motive can do whatever, I just want to get that name out there. Like when we were going through our merch, I was telling Cole, I think like the Nelk Boys, and this is a cliche, but obviously the Nelk Boys are like huge
Absolutely.
right now. They have their brand Full Send. That's totally separate from the Nelk Boys. All their merch went through this Full Send brand, and now that's something bigger than them. Like people have used the term Full Send. People are gonna clown me in the comments. This is like some old TikTok. But anyway, they built their Full Send brand separate from their channel through merch, through whatever else. And I'm like, do that with Motive merch. Make Motive something bigger than a podcast, bigger than a media company, bigger than interviews. Just by putting our name on as much as we can. But with that being said, maintaining quality too. We're not going to put our name on everything just to put our name on everything. Like, let's pick some stuff that we want to do. So Cole, who films for me, beast of an athlete. He has a run club in Westchester. It started as Club Havoc. That's being rebranded this spring to Motive Run Club. So just stuff like that, getting that out. But yeah, dude, I just want to grow the podcast. I want to grow the street interviews. I want to continue to get sponsors. And I mean, in the next 4 years, I'd like to be making enough money to say I don't need college right now. Is the main goal. Yeah, dude. That's where I see it going. And obviously, there's not one clear vision other than just be the best at what we do and whatever that may be.
Absolutely. Well, I have a lot of faith that whatever you set your mind to, you're going to get it done.
I appreciate
You're killing it, buddy. Super proud of you.
I'm trying.
All right, Leo.
Christian.
Until next time, brother. Thank you so
man.
much.
I'll see you around.
Absolutely.